Hello everyone, my name is Andrew and welcome back to the Coin Channel. Now in this video I will show you all what I found last year. Yes, a 2020 recap video almost in the middle of the year. I just wanted to show you all exactly what I got last year. Now this will be in two parts. The first part of this video will be me looking through my coin roll hunting finds, and the second part will be what I found metal detecting, so feel free to check it out with the timestamps in the description if you are interested in seeing only one of the two parts. But we're just going to go ahead and go through both of these parts in this one video, and I don't think it's going to take too long. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. So first thing we're going to look at is our wheat pennies that we got here. So as you can see, we got a 1958 D, 3 of them, one 1957 D, two 1952 Ds, and one 1951 D and one 1951 P. Okay, so in the 1940s, we had no 49s to 46s, but we did have three 1945s, one 1945 D, and two 1945 Ps. And you can see just how bent up and damaged this guy was. He was definitely in the road and ran over by some cars and stuff, but it's a good thing he is now able to retire and rest in my collection. Coming up next, we got a 1942 Denver and a 1941 Philadelphia. So we had very few 1940s in comparison to our 50s. So we had only 5 1940s compared to our 8 1950s. We did have one 1939 Denver from the 30s, and it is also in pretty toasty shape. The back is very bent up. The oldest coin that we found last year, which was a 1917 Denver, and it is in pretty good shape. Let's go ahead and take a look at that under the scope and just to see the shape of it. Alright, taking a look at it under the scope, you can see it is not too bad shape. 1917 Denver, pretty cool. Definitely our oldest find, as I just said. Yeah. Sorry for the little jaggedy video here, but, just a quick little look around. Nothing out of the ordinary. Let's take a look at that reverse. Yeah, the wheat ears are still intact. Not too bad. And, yeah, I think it's in good shape. What do you think? Usually coins this old are pretty much worn smooth, but this one's still showing its individual fibers, or whatever they call them. Pretty nice. I like this one. Moving on here, we had two very nice condition 1961s. They just both happen to be in the same year with a different mint mark. The one on the right is a Denver, and the one on the left is a Philadelphia. Still very shiny and very nice. These are nice copper pieces to keep, and they are in great shape. This one's especially nice on the left. It's a little more orange than the other. Pretty cool. So those are some nice keepers. Now, the ones that I kind of loathe to collect, but I still do anyway because I just can't help it, are the 2009s because I find so many of them. We have a 2009 Denver, all these on the top row, and all these on the bottom are the Philadelphia ones, except for this one's a specialty. We'll look at that in a bit. But we have our birth and early childhood, very nice. His formative years, 4 of those, 3 of the professional life, and 2 of the presidencies. These two designs here are my personal favorite. I especially like this one, just from the bold nature of the lettering there. I don't know why, I just really like it. Anyway, so we got a complete set for the Denvers. However, the Philadelphias, we were missing the professional life. A little sad about that. But we still got some good amounts. And here we have our birth and early childhood, 1 of those, 3 of the formative years, 1 of the professional life, and nothing for the presidency. Anyway, moving on, we have this piece, and you can tell that nickels are next. We have a 1972, nothing too expensive or out of the ordinary. I just kind of liked just how slightly offset that rim was. But other than that, it's pretty much normal. I'll probably just return this, but I always like noting these off-room ones that I find. Pretty cool. So that was all for the pennies. So now let's take a look at the nickels, which is the only other thing I searched this year. It was a very busy year and quite hectic too. But anyways, moving on, we have a 1959, one of those. This happens to be a Denver. One 1958 Denver, two 1957 Denvers, and we have our first double mint mark. We got a 1953 Denver and a 1953 Philadelphia. Now, we had a 1952 San Francisco. This is our first San Francisco of the hunt of both of these denominations. So, pretty nice. 1952 San Francisco, as well as a 1951 Philadelphia and San Francisco. So we ended up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 nickels from the 1950s. And I keep everything from the 50s and earlier just because who knows what they might be valuable in the future, though probably not too much of a premium. Now moving on to the slightly more valuable era, the 1940s, sadly, no war nickels this time around, which makes me sad. But we got two 1949 Philadelphias, I believe. Yep, two 1949 Philadelphias, 1947 Denver, and a 1946 Philadelphia, and a 1941 San Francisco. Kind of interesting. Our last 3 years are each different denominations, or different denominations, more like different mint marks. So we got a Denver, Philadelphia, San Francisco. Nice. So we ended up getting only 5 there. Just kind of similar to the way we had our pennies. We had more 50s and less 40s, but that's kind of understandable. So we didn't get any 30s or anything, so nothing super old for the Jefferson nickel era. But we did get 3 specialties here. Actually 2 here. We'll look at that in a bit. But we have a 1989 Canadian nickel. Very nice. I always like these. And I forgot to mention, we have a Canadian penny as well from 1981. So, pretty cool. I always like finding these things, so whenever I go over to Canada, I can use the coins. But anyway, we had a 1990 shiny proof here from San Francisco. Very happy about this one. This is my first Jefferson proof that I found, so very happy about that. And of course we had 3 Buffalo nickels all in the same box. A 1935 with no mint mark, a 1920, which is amazing that it still has its ear on it, but it's very, very weak. 1920 Philadelphia, no mint mark, and a dateless one. So who knows how this one could be, how old it is. But yeah, so we had 3 Buffaloes. And lastly, we had 4 2009 Denvers. No Philadelphias or San Franciscos. So yeah, kind of interesting. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the coin roll hunting part of the video. And yeah, as you can tell, we got quite a bit of stuff here. Lots of nice things to look through. And yeah, I hope that I can eventually get to doing some more boxes this year, but odds are I probably won't get too many. But hey, every little bit counts, right? So let's go ahead and move on to our metal detecting finds. Alrighty, now let us reveal what we got. Boom! Lots of stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we got as our trash first, because let's just get that out of the way. As you can tell, we got quite a few bottle caps. We ended up getting 4 pieces of shred can shred here. We ended up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these steel bottle caps, and we also got a mysterious piece of lead, probably from a car weight or something like that, a wheel weight, and a mysterious orb, magic wand thing. I don't know what it is, but it's a little funny. I think I could put this guy in here Yeah, look at that. It's my... oh. He died. Tragic. Anyway, moving on, we have our two magical, amazing tent pegs. This one may be a tent peg, or it might just be a ordinary chain link fence. I'm not sure, but they're both aluminum. So, yeah, but it's very tough. Very, very tough. Now, we had another piece of mystery aluminum here. Don't know what this is. And also a mystery cap for something. There's a little bit of rubber inside. We also got all these aluminum pop tab tops. Well, those are the pop tabs down there. But we have all these guys. We got Budweiser. We got mysteries. We got 7-Up with an antiquated warning message about saccharin. Use of this product may be hazardous to your health. This product contains saccharin, which has been determined to cause cancer in laboratory animals. This was back when they used to warn people and they didn't know too much about saccharin. I think they still don't know very much still to this day because it's a new chemical. Diet 7-Up, very cool. It's got a lot of like numbers on it and stuff. So I'll probably keep this guy. History. We also got all these more mysteries. This thing, which I don't know what it is. It's probably some kind of beer. And we got a Bud Ice, 2 Pepsis, 2 Lights, Mystery Texas Twist-Off Game, Magnum, something, Colt 45, 2 Dr. Peppers, Cobra, something, Mountain Valley Spring, Capri Sun, which I didn't know they had ones in cans. Pretty cool. Shasta, classic. Squirt, Nehi Grape, 1, 2, 3 bushes. Not actual plant bushes, you know. The beer kind. Anyway, we have another mystery thing. It looks like another kind of beer. Original Coors. Oh, Coors. Okay. Sunkist. And all these pop tabs. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. This mystery one, which I thought was old, but I think it's probably some kind of sardine can of some kind. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have all these beaver tails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those. So we had a whopping 10, 20, 30, 40, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47 aluminum pop tab tops or whatever things. That's a lot. Now, our best finds, I think, were these things. This I found in my local park, and amazingly the windows are still intact in it. They're nice and tough, hard plastic. I don't know what model this is, but maybe one of you guys know. My very few number of video viewers would have an idea, but yeah, that's pretty cool. And we got a key with a lock, which I thought was kind of cool. This lock fits the key pretty well. Looks like it was in some kind of wooden storage container, like a drawer or something. But it was all by itself, so pretty strange. But I love that keyhole. And we also had a really nice piece of fake gold jewelry from the beach when we went there back in March. Very nice. Love this thing. Very blingy. So that was all we had for our non-coin related items. And now let's take a look at the coins, because we had quite a few. We have 10, 20, 30 cents, 30 pennies. We also had a nickel, and we had 11 dimes, as well as 6 quarters. So we had a good number of coins here. A lot of change here. So always worth digging up all your clad. Even though I didn't do a lot of work, I'm still pretty happy with the number of coins that I found. Always dig up your clad because it all adds up. So yeah, that will pretty much wrap it up for the video. And yeah, as you can tell, we got quite a bit of things. And yeah, I hope that I can bring you guys some more content related to that in a little bit. Thank you so much for watching. Take care out there, be safe, and best of luck in your hunts and metal detecting.